ultimate trailblazer.
He's a pioneer in the film business.
He's always been a person that I completely respect.
He's just a smart man.
An excellent teacher.
Very funny sense of humor.
A real creative force.
A lot of wisdom.
Got so much history.
Very dignified.
Just a really pleasant person to be around.
Got these great stories.
He commands attention, and his presence commands attention.
Been in this business, I mean, for as long as he has. As an African-American editor, it's just him being who he is. I think more people need to be aware of that.
He is a consummate example of a good human being and a good editor.
John is a really gentle man. He's a gentleman in the truest sense of the word.
My name is John Carter. I've been editing for the last 46 years. I was born in Newark, New Jersey. My parents moved after I was about 5 to Asbury Park, New Jersey. Actually, it's a resort town, right on the ocean, a huge 1 mile square. I have some very fond memories of my childhood there. What stands out in my mind when I think of my brothers and sisters, family in general, I can remember my father telling me, don't hit your sister. She is the only little sister you'll ever have. I don't know why I was always picking on her, but it seems to me that I can remember hearing my father constantly on my butt about it. My parents were quite religious, and now I'm thankful for that. My father actually was a writer, but he actually made his living doing construction work. And he would put on religious plays in which, at one point, I was a part of that. But in order to have a chance to be with my dad and also to do a little traveling, it was something that I forced myself to do just to get the opportunity to be with him. It had quite an impact on me in terms of what I chose to do as a profession, really. My first exposure to filmmaking was when I was hired as an apprentice for the War Department in New York. The War Department had the old Paramount studio in Long Island City, had all of the departments that is required to make films. Being hired there as an apprentice was just an absolute golden opportunity. After being there as an assistant for about 5 years, I decided to start thinking seriously about moving out. And I was very fortunate in the fact that I had a friend that was working for CBS in their personnel department. She suggested that I stop by their personnel office. She would set up an appointment with me with their director. They sent me to the news department with my resume, and I said, thank you very much for, your attention. I left. Sure enough, a week later he called me and I got the job. When I left CBS in '68, I was able to buy the equipment that I started my company with. I started my own company, a film editing service. The equipment that I started my company with, all of it, I bought with me from CBS. CBS sold me the equipment at a very, very decent price. I mean, they were just, couldn't have been nicer. I mean, my first contract as a freelance editor was from Ed Sullivan. You know, I've never regretted one moment of being a freelance editor. Really, it's just been a marvelous, marvelous trip, and I'm very excited. I'm as excited today as I was in 1968 when I started.
It's really exciting to see him be able to get up in front of the camera for once, or in front of the dais for once, because he's been constantly the man behind the scenes making things happen.
Especially pleased about is, after all these years, that his achievements and accomplishments have finally been acknowledged.
I don't think he's ever going to stop cutting. I think Carol might, want him to stop and maybe retire. And I always joke with John, I call him and say, listen, I'm going to pull you out of retirement on this one. And he just kind of laughs, thinking like, I know deep down inside he doesn't want to stop. I don't think he will either.
Never expected anything from John Carter but something good, something worthy.
Hush now, child, and don't cry. Your folks might understand you by and by. Just move on up toward your destination, though you may find from time to time complications. And take the trip. Though there may be wet road ahead and you cannot slip, just move on up. For peace you'll find into the steeple of beautiful people where there's only one kind. So hush now, child, and don't cry. Understand you by and by. Move on up and keep on.
To me, editing is basically my life.
Remember, your dream is your only scheme, so keep on pushing.